Namaskar. Welcome to Conversations with Rakesh. Here's today's question. Rakesh, I am working in a good company. Recently, I had a major setback in my career, didn't get promoted. It's going to be a tough year. Any tips and suggestions? What do I do? How to deal with this failure? First of all, you're going through a pretty rough time. Um, I know it can be very hard. You have invested so much of time on that project that the results didn't come in. So there could be a lot going on in your life. I thought that instead of giving you pretty standard answers, I'll connect them to movies. Movies are extremely good tools for us to learn lots of things. That's why I watch them. First of all, they're great mechanisms to pass time. They are great portals to make us go to different worlds. But I think the best part of movies is that they teach us something that probably we may not be able to understand in our present world. So I'm going to give you five movies which teach us how to handle failures. And I hope it helps you. The first movie I'd like to talk to you about is a very chocolatey romantic love story with a triangular love formula which works called Kal Ho Na Ho. And Kal Ho Na Ho is about this triangle between Shah Rukh Khan and Preeti Zinta and Saif Ali Khan. And Saif Khan is head over heels over Preeti Zinta, and there is a date, and he's all decked up because he wants to propose to her. But he doesn't know that Preeti Zinta already loves Shah Rukh Khan. So the meeting happens. Shah Rukh Khan is all, Saif Ali Khan is all excited, and Preeti Zinta drops a bomb that I love Shah Rukh Khan. And that scene is such a delicious scene because it had no melodrama. Saif Khan is like super excited because Preeti Zinta is excited. And that is such a delicate scene that teaches us that when failure comes, first of all, it comes unannounced. And our attitude to deal with that is very important. And I personally learned a very important lesson someday that failure will come and it will bring sadness and disappointment, but I don't have to be disappointed. I can be a little bit happy or I can deal with it differently. It's hard, but I think that is something that I learned from that movie. Here's the second movie. The second movie is this amazing movie called Rocket Singh Salesman. One of those rare movies in India which talked about salesmanship, failures. There are these five people who come together and start selling computers, uh, Ranbir Kapoor and four others. And they are incubating that company very unethically in their parent company, which sells computers. And the big boss finds out, and the entire Rocket Sync company is gone. And it's a very heartbreaking failure for all five of them because all their dreams are shattered. So there is a song called Pankhon Ko. I wanted to watch that song and listen to it. And that song has very good visuals of how after their failures happen, they all are devastated. Ranbir Kapoor becomes a salesman in Chroma. There is a girl who was a receptionist in this company and became a partner with that Rocket Singh company. She's now a receptionist in a hotel. Very sleazy people come and look at her, and she's very embarrassed, but she goes through it. There's a guy who was a peon in that company, and now he's making chai on the streets because everything is gone. So, what I learned from this song and this movie is that when failure happens, there is a time when this failure will last. It's going to be very humiliating, but you have to go through it. There is no other way. You can't hide. You have to live your life. You have to go through this painful time where people will make fun of you. You will be questioning yourself. You may not earn money. You may have to reapply. You have to go through a humiliating process. So please go through it. And this movie really teaches us that you have to go through this bad phase with whatever you can. There is no other way. Time will pass. You have to pass this time. So that's the second movie and the second message, that please pass this time with whatever face you can and go through this process as much as possible. The third movie is a lovely movie called Cast Away. I've spoken about it earlier. Cast Away was the story of and it's a true story. Tom Hanks, he's a FedEx employee. and he is going from place A to place B in a FedEx plane. It crashes, everybody dies, but he's on an island all alone, and he waits for a miracle to happen and somebody to rescue him. Nothing happens. And I think this movie teaches us a very important lesson that nobody's going to help you. You have to help yourself. So you have to upskill yourself. So Tom Hanks figures out how to fish and survive. And then he makes a raft and he floats because he has to find land to save himself. And he does, and it's a miraculous story. But I think this movie teaches us that please don't wait for a miracle to happen. Nothing's going to happen. You have to take charge. You have to upskill yourself. You have to keep floating, and hopefully you will come out of it. So that's movie number three, Castaway, that upskill yourself, don't wait for a miracle, and move on. The fourth movie, एक डॉक्टर की मौत, brilliant movie. Pankaj Kapoor, Shabana Azmi, Irfan, National School of Drama people, very well scripted. He's a doctor, Pankaj Kapoor, and he's doing some research, but unfortunately he's not quick enough to publish that, and somebody else does the same research and wins the great prize. So it's a failure. Pankaj Kapoor is devastated, but his wife and his scientific journalist friend Irfan played that role beautifully. They help him out of that equation, and there is a professor they connect him to who gives him a job in a very good university outside India. And the India loses a great professor, but this person, after failure, finds another opportunity and does very well in life. So, the key message I want to give you is that when you are in a state of failure, there might be an opportunity somewhere. That door will open. You have to find it. Sometimes we are so focused in our failure that we don't see this new opportunity to open, and don't miss it. Don't just focus on this path of failure that I'm just going to try again. There is a better opportunity about to wake up. If you can pick it up, your life will change, and maybe that's what was supposed to happen. So watch Ek Doctor Ki Maut and remember that failure will open new opportunities. You have to look out for them, and you have to take them if they're in front of you, because that's what will happen. Your path will become a lot more interesting. And the last one is this movie called Lagan. What a beautiful movie. Amir Khan and all these people stayed in that village, a makeshift village, for many months to make that movie. And what a great movie. It's a story of this poor village governed by the British Raj. They are giving more and more taxes. There's no rain, there's no way to produce, and they have to survive. And there's a song where they're all lost and failed and depressed, and they go to the temple and sing a song which is O Palan Hare. I must tell you that sometimes we don't realize that we have to have faith in God. When we fail, that's when it's needed the most. And many of us may question it, many of us may have our own issues, but there must be some greater force we don't know about, and that greater force can save us. So, my final message to you is that you're going through a lot, but don't lose hope. Have faith, and there is a Palan Hare somewhere upstairs who will take care of us, but we have to just have that faith in him and make sure that that person will take us out. So let me summarize the five movies and the five message. Message number one, Kal Ho Na Ho. See if you can smile when you fail. I think that's a great skill to have that Saif Khan from that movie teaches. Message number two, Rocket Singh Salesman. Go through this phase in whatever way you can. There's no other alternative. You have to pass time. It will be very bad, embarrassing, humiliating, but go through it. That's very important. Number three, Castaway. There is no miracle waiting for you. You have to help yourself. You have to upskill yourself. Do whatever it takes to come out. Number four, एक doctor की मौत. Failures will close doors but will open new doors. Watch out for them. Don't miss it. Sometimes we're so focused here that we don't see the great door opening. So there will be opportunities. And the last is Lagan. Have faith in a supreme force. And that faith is very important at this time. So I hope you do well. I hope your good times will come, and they will. And I hope you have faith, because that's the only thing that will keep us forward going forward. Stay safe.